Let's talk about 4 things that you can do as an investor to become better at investing. Now, this may make you more profitable or it may not. However, if you focus on these 4 areas, I believe you're going to become a better, a more skilled, and a more well-rounded investor overall. So firstly, and this is something that I've implemented in my own portfolio, is looking at emerging markets and technologies. So if you look at the market and you identify areas or maybe even just sectors of the market that are growing, that are expanding, that are being developed aggressively. If it's an emerging market or if that market is growing consistently, maybe it's something that's worth looking into. For example, renewable energy. Renewable energy is something that is top of mind for a lot of people. It's growing very quickly. That part of the market is expanding. So if we know that that sector of the market is growing and expanding and it's becoming more and more popular, maybe there's a potential for us to invest into something in that sector of the market. So for me, that becomes an interesting sector. All of a sudden, when I hear somebody talk about green energy or renewable energy, I'm like, wow, okay, that's interesting. Let me learn more about that. So we're still in the research phase, right? We're not necessarily making any investment decisions at this point. We are just looking for investments that could potentially bring us the return that we're looking for. So emerging markets is a really, really big one for me. Another one other than green or renewable energy is artificial intelligence. This one is very, very interesting to me because I see the immediate application that can be had. Now, if you look at artificial intelligence, a lot of people think right off the bat that it's here to replace people or replace jobs. And while it certainly can do that, it doesn't mean that that's exactly what's going to happen in every single company. I think that the misconception there is that it's not here to replace companies or replace entire workforces. I think the real benefit here is that artificial intelligence can supplement workforces and supplement workplaces and make them smarter places to work. So that way you can get a lot more output with the same amount of input because you're supercharging your outputs using artificial intelligence. The second thing that I would look into is socially responsible investing. Now, there are many different things to talk about here, so I'll kind of leave it up to you to decide what exactly you want to invest in a socially responsible way, but I'm just going to give you just a couple examples of things that you could invest in when it comes to socially responsible investing, or SRI. Number 1 is going to be impact investing. So these are companies that are focused on having a positive impact on society, on the world around them. It could be something even just like education, right? They're educating the people around them in the community. They're educating these people, giving them a better quality of life. They're helping bring people to the next level. That could be an example of impact investing. Secondly, we have environmental conservation funds. So you could invest into something that is designed to conserve the environment, right? They want to improve the environmental conditions that we're living in and help preserve the planet. They're doing things and focused on projects that specifically focus on impacting the environment in a positive way. And that's a win for the environment and potentially for your portfolio. And finally, we have community development bonds. So if you look up community development bonds, these are typically bonds issued by local governments and focus on infrastructure improvements and stuff like that. So it gives you access to that type of investment. It's a socially responsible investment, and you're also benefiting the community in a positive way via community development bonds. The third way that you can become a better investor is to utilize technology and apps. I know personally in my life, technology has completely transformed my portfolio and it has allowed me to become a better investor. I know that I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't use technology and different apps and tools that I've seen other people develop, and then I've implemented them in my own analysis process or even as part of the execution process. So the primary goal of these tools and these applications and different technology is going to enhance your investing experience. Sometimes it's something really simple like just improving the ability for us to execute on an investment. So it could be a tool that allows you to place a trade more easily, or maybe to invest into something more easily. Maybe it gives you more accessibility. Or on the other hand, it could be something that gives you the ability to analyze complex investments and make them very easy and simple to understand. Because the better that you can understand an investment, the higher the likelihood is that you're going to be making the right decision whether to invest or to not invest. I think it's always very important for us to understand what we're investing into and how that project could potentially make money before we just blindly go into something. Now, overcomplicating things and overcalculating and overthinking, that's a whole different topic. I'm not even going to go into that right now, but that's also a problem. So don't overcalculate your way out of investing. saying, but definitely be aware of what you're investing in and how it works. And finally, the fourth thing that can help you become a better investor is studying the psychology of investing. Now, when it comes to investing, I always say that it's really simple, but it's not easy. And the reason I say that is because the actual act of investing, or the actual act of analyzing an investment before pulling the trigger, is not that hard. The hard part is mastering the psychology. There's a lot of psychology that goes into every single investment. And whenever I'm about to make an investment, I always check my psychological state. So I'm always analyzing, how am I feeling right now? What am I thinking about? Is something bothering me? Am I in the right state of mind to make this investment? That's my first filter. I don't care how good the investment looks. I don't care what about the investment attracted me. I'm always analyzing how I feel in that moment. If I feel well, if I'm in the optimal state of mind to make an investment, no matter what it is, then and only then will I consider pulling the trigger on an investment. So mastering the psychology of investing and training yourself to think like an investor is a very, very important aspect of investing. And at the end of the day, it's going to help you become more educated so that you can make the right choice when deciding whether to invest into something or not to invest. Alrighty guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.